What's going on, guys? Welcome to the MP10 or MP17 Plus Prowl transform and rollout video. We're gonna go ahead and take this guy back to car mode because that's always fun, right? Right. This mold, there's a massive problem, and we're gonna probably be stuck on it for a bit. Probably even have to do a some minutes later, and it is the part that releases the chest from the upper body car hood area, and it is always stuck. It is a big problem that I have on this particular mold. So one thing I want to do first, I'm going to go ahead and pull the backpack down. Go ahead and extend the little chunk there. That's what I call that, little chunk. Go ahead and straighten out the doors. And I'm not going to mess with the legs and stuff until after I get this, because the legs have an interesting transformation on their own. So what you have here is this chest plate right here plugs in to that in kind of an upward sideways motion. So you kind of have to just grab the front of the car. Ow, mother. Yep, knew that was going to happen. Okay, so he doesn't stick nearly as bad as Blue Streak, or yeah, Blue Streak does. So that was pretty good. Maybe I need to round my other one off then. Okay, so that's that. Now he looks like he's surfing. That really hurt. Didn't break the skin, but it stabbed pretty good. Alright, so you want to grab these, rotate them down, because you're going to need lots of clearance to make all this happen. You need clearance. Alright, grab the wing mirrors, pull them out, and thank God those didn't really get scratched up. I was honestly very worried about that. And then the head can straighten out your head and then sort of just kind of tuck it down and through. And just keep on pushing until he's hiding back there like so. And with the guns, you just sort of want to get them out of the way. They're going to be in the way later, so it just is what it is. Go ahead and bring down the roof. Snap everybody in, just like so. And kind of tuck those up and out of the way. And we want to... Sorry, I was having a brain fart. Okay. All right. So want to come back here. Go ahead and close the doors up a little bit. Just get them out of the way. Bring the arms up. And this is an interesting part of the transformation. So you don't want to take it up all the way just yet. You want the wheels out and up like so. And you want to take the arms and fold them in like that towards each other. And tab them in together. Now the arms will tuck up under there, and there are a couple slots, probably can't see them, right slots there, that tab in up there. So you just want to rotate this whole bit, make sure that elbow clears there, and just tab it in. It's actually pretty easy. So there's that. Now the legs are one of the tougher parts about this guy. So, as we discovered before, of course you want to tuck that down there. And you've got a multi-point hinge right in here. Let's go ahead and flip this totally open for clearance sake. And you've got all this slot that all need to line up here. Oh, I keep forgetting. I always forget this. Flip that little flap, the little foot flap. Flip the little foot flap inward so that it's not in your way when you try to make your doors happen. Alright, and then you want to collapse the knee up into there. And this is where I realized I forgot to rotate the waist. And magically it's fixed. Okay. It happens. It really does happen. I always forget which part that goes. This thing is not the easiest transformation in the world. It's fairly well complex, if I'm honest with you guys, which I usually am. Which leg was I working on? Oh yeah, this one. Okay. Okay, so now you've got to have all that clearance. You want to jam the leg. If you don't do the leg now, you won't be able to do the leg later. Just remember that. So, tuck the thigh away. You want to flip out the window here, just because otherwise you're going to get stuck. And continue to rock that thing inward. So, I mean, that's going to be nearly impossible to see. So, you want to make sure that that does not go on top of the roof. What the hell? Okay. And you've got tabs here that'll click into there, and you got these tabs that click into here, and these tabs that'll click onto each other. So I'm going to go ahead and close that back up as tight as it'll go, like so. And the exhaust pipe's already in place. Good. All right. Close that. Open this. You've got hinges. So once you've got that out of the way, you can move that inward and tuck away the thigh. Tuck away the thigh. Like so. Rotate around. At least try to. Come on. Come on. Oh, yeah. This is not. Okay. Close that up. It's kind of a whole bunch of moving stuff at the same time. Tuck that all together. Make sure that tab hits the outside of the door just like you want it to. You don't really want it to. Now, one problem I've had on mine is all the tabs staying nice and happy and lined up. Okay, so that's all that tab together. Tab that down. That was a little bit delayed. Now, this is where it gets a little messy. So these windows have to slide forward and stay behind the glass, or actually right on top of the glass. This one tends to be a little picky, if I'm honest. As you can see right now, it's actually a little bit low. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the gun and tuck it up just a little. Make sure the door is below the line, like so. And now, just going to clip all the clips together and make a car happen. Come on. Come on, Prowly. Okay. I think it's done. There we go. All right. So there we go. It was a pain in the butt, but got her done. Looks pretty good. And the wheels mostly lined up. Just got to double check everybody. Make sure that's all happy. See, that's one thing you got to do. These parts have to be shoved up in there so that the wheels fill in the wheel wells properly. And that will be a problem for rolling if you don't. I will say back here tends to be an issue. Up here tends to be an issue. I'll cover that as well. And just making sure everybody's tabbed in together. But that's going to be it for this episode of Transform and Roll Out, guys. Hold on. But that's going to be it for getting MP 17 Plus into his car mode, guys. Make sure that if you haven't, you go back and watch the actual review. It'll be at the end credits and, of course, right up here. But thanks for joining me on this episode of Transform and Roll Out.